Hi. Right. Hello. Weekend. Week nearly over. Start of a new weekend. Week next week. This has been on my mind. I haven't made ever, although I've in my latest book and in my first book, How to Age the Urine Faster. But I want to make a comprehensive video covering the basis of what we know in the urine therapy community about aged urine and about what makes aged urine age faster. Because the faster it gets, the faster it ages, and yes, you can do things to make it age faster. Yes, you can. The faster it gets, the quicker it ages, the more powerful. And listen, we haven't got all the time in the world to age our urine for years and years and end. We will do what we can with the most powerful heating therapy in the fucking world that's free. Urine. Definitely. Let's have a look. Or not, but anyway, yeah, so let's comprehensively cover. Anyone got any other ideas outside of what I'm going to tell you that I've thought through and I've gained knowledge from other people, let me know, because what I know is a lot, but it's by no means definite. This is an ongoing science. Aged urine is an ongoing fucking science. It never stops, and yes, and I did cover it in the books, but yes, here's free information for you. So, how to age the urine? Very simply, aged urine ages by itself. You don't have to do anything to it. You just have to contain it in a vessel, be it plastic or glass, obviously preferably glass, although you do what you can. You age it, you leave the lid open or closed, and guess what happens? It ages. Hassan, good to have you here with me, bro. Yes, so it ages by itself, open or closed lids. However, caveat to what I just said about open or closed lid, if you want it to age faster, which is the basis of this talk, then open the lid and have the lid open as much as possible. Because if you close the lid, aged urine will still age, but it just ages slower. So it gets less smelly too if you open it. So, you know, work with what you can do. That's number one. Most important tip number one to age your urine faster for medicinal purposes, for your energy, is to open as possible. Like, time, where it's I see this playing up a little bit, but yeah, make sure the lid is open. If it's closed, it'll still age too, so we do what we can. It's number one. I'll give you a tutorial. I'm doing my urine, which is pretty cool right now too, to age it. So that's number one. Number two is solarization, i.e. power of the sun. The sun structures our being, the fluids within us, the urine within us right now, but also the blood, because the blood is just urine. It's getting structured every time I go outside. Well, guess what? When you put the aged urine outside, aged urine is basically uber super structured water. It distills Gerard Pollack's 4-phase I've talked about in the second book. And it's the real reason why it's the most powerful, which no one has picked up on yet, except me. So yeah, it structures. The sunlight structures not only your own waters, your own blood system, which we've got blood everywhere, and lymph and everything that's going on inside us. It ages the urine quicker too. Yes, the urine will age if you put it in a dark room, open lid or closed lid. We're talking about the fastest ways possible. So the way is to put it outside with the natural sunlight. If it's raining, close the lid. If it's not raining, open the lid and let it age. And particularly the sunrise and sunset sun are the ones that really age it the fastest. Gerard Pollack found this out with structurization of any waters when he noticed that infrared and visible red frequencies of sunlight, which we can artificially create with red light machines, they create what he called EZ water, structured water. So, with that being said about any sun, by the way, structuring water, but especially sunrise, sunset sun. Let me take you on a tour. Hopefully the signal won't conk out, but if it does, it does. I should flip the screen, but I'm not going to. But I'll show you in the background here. I don't know if you can see, but I've got some shit going on. I've got my red light machine. And I've got you probably can just see the red lights, but I've got the distilled water, my distilled 0 ppm water, but there's also a bottle of aged urine, the spray bottle going on there, and that, let me tell you, ages it even faster. What a great hack. So I don't even need to be outside. When I'm not outside, I don't need to leave it outside. I put it under the intense red light therapy. That's why it's red in the background a little bit, because I've got the red light machine on there. And yeah, I'll leave it there. And I notice a huge difference in water viscosity of my aged urine and distilled water. Talked about it in my second book too. The viscosity changes. It becomes really smooth and crisp very quickly, the aged urine. It comes really, instead of heavy and thicky, but it's got cooked food contaminants that I put in it, which is okay because it purifies itself. It ages much quicker, is the moral of the story, when you put it under a red light machine. Red light machines are intense sunrise, sunset suns. They've got the really the best frequencies for human health. They're great red light machines, by the way. Obviously, sunrise sunset is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I supplement. Actually, I don't even use that red light machine that much for myself, unless it's raining and I can't go outside. It's heavy rain, then I will. But most of the time, I just use it for my distilled water, and my especially changes the quality of my aged urine. So that's the hack. Solarization, especially focus on sunrise sunset, just leave it out all day. Oh, the moonlight too probably does structure your aged urine quicker too. The longer you leave it outside, the faster it is. But 5-10 minutes outside is also going to do better than nothing. So you do what you can. And then if you've got a red light machine, yes, go ahead and put it under a red light machine. Yes, it does structure and age the urine. Aged urine is super structured water. So what does sunlight do? It structures the water. It structures your aged urine. How amazing is that? Very cool. So, trying to recap so I cover all bases. Open lid, it preferably close it faster. If you do what you can. Second, solarization and moonlight, especially sunrise, sunset, sun. Third, red light machine, which does that. And when you're inside or whatever, you do the red light machine on top of that shit. Holy crap. 4, let me get something. Magnets. The power of magnets. You can go online and buy those neodymium, those really powerful magnets. I've got a couple here, and I put them under really powerful magnets. Not just normal magnets, really powerful ones you can buy cheap. I've got a magnetic water coaster. You can check out, type in magnetic water coaster on Amazon. It's got those the small ones put together in a nice thing. You put it under, so you can use powerful magnets. Magnetism, because what does magnetism do to aged urine? Well, by the way, aged urine is just really electric and really fucking magnetic. That's another 2 reasons why it's really fucking powerful. Superstructured water is basically highly electric and highly magnetic, so it pulls out toxins. So you magnetize it even more by putting underneath it magnets or a magnetic water coaster underneath your aged urine bottle. Guess what? Yes, it ages the urine much faster. Also takes the smell quicker too. So very cool. You should definitely look into magnet therapy. So we talked about solarization, light, open top lids. We talked about magnets, definitely. Let's talk about elite shungite. Thank you, Facebook community and people that have been trying out that. That's a great one. Crystals I'm not sure about, but I do know there's one that definitely does age the urine quicker, which is not just ordinary shungite, which is cool, but I mean elite shungite, the expensive ones. So it's not pricey. Elite shungite, and the more you put in, the better. It ages the urine. I'm not sure about crystals, that if they kind of put bad stuff in it, but I definitely know elite shungite is one that you can put in your aged urine. I've done it before, and it ages the urine quicker. You just drop the elite shungite in, leave it in the bottle, and every time you use the aged urine, you can just keep that elite shungite and reuse that bottle and reuse the elite shungite, and you get all the benefits. That's another thing. Elite shungite. Let's think before I want to cover all bases. So we've got solarization, open top lid, magnetism, red light therapy, linked in with the solarization, and now elite shungite. Oh yes, another great one. Oh, check this one out, guys. Well, you know I'm big on tensor rings now, since I bought them from a beautiful lady. I love her site, Violet, and Virai Energy Products. I recommend her because she does good quality products. Although if you can't, that's cool. Go get tensor rings. Tensor rings are sacred geometry. Using amazing frequencies as superconductor. Not only do they protect me from radiation, but they also give me a lot of energy, and it's so powerful. To me, they're more powerful than orgone. I love orgone, I've got orgone, but I think they're more powerful. I can feel that something magical with tensor. Look into them, look into the benefits. I promote them, I'm going to promote them a lot more. Now, why am I talking about tensor rings? Well, if you go on Google and look up the video, YouTube, and you go on the benefits of tensor rings, and I've got to tell you guys, everyone I know that uses tensor rings looks really healthy and young. Like, super, a lot of it's to do with the tensor ring. Like, it's really powerful how it makes your skin glow. It's crazy how powerful it is. I just know it works. I've got 3 of them. I'm going to buy many more for myself. Now, one of the benefits of tensor rings is it structures water. The lady who wrote the book Dancing with Water has made a video about this. She's written in her book, which I recommend, although it's really expensive. You maybe get the Kindle one, and I'm going to get that soon, called Dancing with Water. Amazing book. I'll promoting people. I recommend people buy that book. Anyway, the point is that we now realise in the tensor ring community, people that promote it, that it structures water. So when I'm wearing this pendant, for example, I'm wearing 3 of them. One, it's touching my skin, it's near my skin, it's structuring all the water inside me. Not even my urine, it's my blood. Remember, we're structuring, like sunlight structures your blood, which gives you energy. Well, it structures your urine inside me, and also, guess what? Tensor rings are going to structure your water too. So, if I put my pendants next to my aged urine, they would structure it. But now you can buy tensor rings specifically for bottles of water. So you can go on the internet. The lady I work with, you can ask her for a custom made, or get them anywhere. But You know, get rings, tensor rings that are big enough to fit around your plastic water bottles or your glass water bottles, your mason jars, whatever you use to age your urine. To get around a big one. You can use the pendants, but they're more for human body, and you get bracelets, but the ones that are best are the ones that are going to fit around the size. So measure the size of what you want, and then go to the right people, and they would like a custom tensor ring. Well, some people already measure size right side around your bottle. Buy it. Just play it up a little bit. Yes. And then when you do that, guess what? You can leave this tensor ring, just like I leave this around my body 24/7. It feels amazing. I never take these bracelets off. It's fucking sick, powerful, structuring my water, structuring my blood, making me fucking super energetic all the time, definitely helping my blood. Well, when you do it with the aged urine, and you've got tensor rings underneath them, it structures the aged urine. What happens when you structure... You see how I'm connecting the dots here? We know tensor rings structure water. Urine is water, but also aged urine. The main reason why it works is it's uber super structured water. So how do you uber super structure the aged urine quicker? That's what I'm talking about in this video. How to age urine faster. It's the same thing. Aging urine faster and uber super structuring the water. It's the same fucking thing. Well, connecting the dots. It is use tensor rings. Boom. Buy them. They are not expensive. The lady I work with will sell them pretty cheap, like 15, 20 quid, 25 quid. And then you've got a lifelong copper ring that never runs out. A bit like all gold and crystals. They don't run out. You can just keep them in your house. Don't lose them. And just keep them in the right places. You can put them as to protect from radiation, or you can do them to structure the water. Cool. Whilst I'm there, another way to age the urine faster is keep them the fuck away from EMFs. Keep your aged urine bottles as far away from EMFs as possible. Not being dogmatic or anything, I'm just making a point, because EMFs and harmful frequencies unstructure water. So it's not going to completely unstructure aged urine, because aged urine is so powerful, it will structure itself anyway, but it will slow down the process. Yeah, think about what I just said there, going deep, a little bit off topic. I mean, every time we're bombarded by EMS, bombarded right now, one of the damaging things of EMS, thinking out loud here, is it unstructures my blood. That's my urine bottles, my aged urine. It slows that down. It unstructures your blood. When your body is unstructured, you get disease. When you get structured water inside you, either from aged urine or from sunlight, when your blood already, you don't. You thrive. So there we go. So keep away from EMFs. Keep your bottles away from EMFs. At night time, you can turn off the circuit breakers in your house for dirty electricity. Awesome. Definitely turn off your mobile phones. Definitely turn off your laptops and any Wi-Fi signal. Try and even turn off your Wi-Fi router if you can. If you can, I can't. If you can at night, so that's good. Yes, that was a really good point there. Tensor rings as well. So to repeat, we've got open top lid over closed top lid, preferably. Solarization as optimal, as much sunlight as possible. And then you can do the red light machine. Holy shit, fucking powerful. Put it and buy that. Then you can go into magnetics, buy some powerful magnets and put it under there. Then you can go into tensor ring technology, which is cheap for us, and we can just use that constantly. You can have a ring that's constantly going to be aging your urine. It's going to magnify and structure even faster. Oh yeah, elite shungai, I said. Maybe other crystals too, but I'm not too informed on whether there's harmful effects to other crystals going in your aged urine. I know they can in distilled water. I'm not sure about aged urine though, because aged urine is a pulling thing, yeah? Aged urine pulls out bad things. So I'm not sure if it's going to pull out the bad stuff in the crystal. I don't know. But it definitely elite shungite, but then that's expensive. You've got cheaper stuff like tensor, which is good. I mean, you can go so deep with this. There's technologies like Blue Shield that are really expensive, but I'm going to buy in the future when I've got more money and I'm more financially stable, that are really powerful, and they structure your blood. So anything that I know, anything that you know that structures, that they say is a benefit of structures water or structures blood, if you hear of anything that structures water or structures blood, then you can automatically assume that it's going to age your urine faster. So there we go. I've just covered all the bases without knowing it. If you hear of anything that structures water and blood quicker, then it is going to structure your urine quicker. Boom. Sunlight does that. You know, loads of things. Loads of things. So yeah, I think that was it. I'm just going to check the questions and I'm comprehensively covered it. Oh yes, Guy, that's a great question. Open air is brilliant outside, but even open in a room is still going to age not really that much slower. There's not much difference, to be honest with you. There ain't much difference, but closed lid as an open lid, there is a difference. Closed lid will still age by itself, so you can do it in privacy without having to worry about, like, close a lid and hide it away. Cool, it'll age, but it just ages slower than open lid. That's the absolute best, optimal. And yes, with a cheesecloth, as Monica says, you can as well, although I don't really care. No flies come in where I live in the UK, and there's nothing to worry about coming into my urine. I don't really care anyway. If an ant came into it, I'm like, who cares? I just, I don't really care. Thanks, Lord. Appreciate it, Hassan. Appreciate you too, man. Yep. Yeah, I think all the bases of things that I could think. Oh, the double tensile ring. No, it's a meditation one. A big 1/4. My first one I bought from Violet was a quarter inch. 1/4. There's 1/4, 1/2, 1/8, and these are all different size. So quarter's quite big. It's supposed to be stronger. That was the first one I bought from her for £22, including delivery. That was pretty good. And then I bought 1/8, which is supposed to be weaker, but as Violet says, I don't notice much of a difference. So these are smaller, and I keep them on my body, and I just remind myself these are it's increasing the quality. Not only is it structuring my blood, but it's increasing the quality of my urine production by wearing tensor rings, because it's structuring my urine, my fresh urine, quicker. So my fresh urine that's coming out, my whole blood system's getting structured quicker with tensor, so it's coming out into my urine. And then, of course, I'm going to buy in the future very soon, when I have a bit more money, a tensor ring specifically to go around my urine bottles, so they have permanent tensor ring technology structuring it even faster. And of course, they're going to help with other things too, having more tensor in my ring. So it's pretty cool. Can't breathe, brother. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, guy. Put a mosquito net on it, and yeah. And drinking rainwater is good too, as well, so that's very good for structuring it. Oh, Violet, you're here too. Nice. So yeah, tensor and aged urine goes hand in hand. I love the fact that tensor tech is doing a lot of things for the body, like protecting against EMF radiation and stuff. But the one for me is that I'm fascinated by. I've also got distilled, as I showed you, distilled water, which I still drink 0 ppm. So it's structuring that too. Structured distilled. You see what I did with my structured distilled? I put it under red light therapy. So it's really getting powerful. My distilled 0 ppm is not ordinary 0 ppm. It's 0 ppm that I've got a magnet under it, magnetizing it, my distilled 0 ppm water, and also red light therapy it. It makes it very powerful. Oh, and I'm also putting hydrogen. I've also got a little hydrogen bottle, the cheap ones. So I'm putting it. I'm at the end of it before I drink. I put it in the hydrogen bottle. So it's adding a little bit of hydrogen, not a lot, but a little bit. And definitely makes a difference. So I'm doing a lot of stuff. Okay. Okay. Even for clear quartz, even for aged urine, I'm not sure. Maybe I know you can put crystals in normal distilled water. I'm not sure about aged urine. I know that you can definitely put elite shungai and it definitely ages it faster. That's the one we talk about in the Facebook, that I've been noticing people talk about in the Facebook community, definitely ages it faster. So yeah, that's it. To quickly recap, we have got open top, yes, better over than closed lid. Although closed lid will still get the job done, but we're talking about faster ways here. They're talking about solarization as much as possible on a daily, nightly basis under the moon too. And then you're talking about red light machines, red light therapy, particularly being the most powerful frequency to age the urine the fastest, destruct the water. My God, does my aged urine taste fucking... Does it become out... I can't explain to you the difference in how thin it feels when I do the massaging. The quality of it feels so much different when I put it under the red light machine. It's like it's gone to like a really special... in just a couple of hours, under a couple of hours is a lot, I guess, under a red light machine, it gets very old very quickly, very aged and very powerful. I can't emphasize enough how different it feels on my skin and how much more powerful it gets. Very strange. Well, not really strange. It's science, isn't it? It's Gerald Pollack's work, all into one. You've got solarization, you've got magnetism, important. You've got elite shungite, you've got tensor, and yeah, I'm sure there's other things I missed, but like I said to you, anything that's technology-wise, you've got structures your body, your blood, and your urine, just your blood, will also structure your fresh urine, will also structure the aged urine. So those technologies, there are technologies you can buy out there that I don't know about, and I'm coming to out of my price bracket at the moment, that will structure your water and will structure. Like I said, Blue Shield is one of them. Soma's another one that's really good. Those two are really powerful. Don't know if you guys have heard of them. Look into Luke's Story podcast. Very, very cool technology, but expensive, as I said. Yeah, it's got to be Elite Shungite, guy. Just a quick one. Elite Shungite. I don't know why it's not. The other one doesn't work. I definitely put it in before. I've done it before and used the same bottle, and it makes it very much quicker. And it's expensive. That's the only thing with Elite Shungite, because it's very small amounts, and it's quite expensive for a small amount compared to the normal Shungite, compared to other crystals. So yeah. Yeah, and Violet, if you can, yeah. They put it in everything. Put your elite shungite in, yeah, and your crystals in distilled water for sure, and all that stuff. Okay, so that's comprehensively done and smashed it. Yeah, if you want more information, read my first and my second book is fucking epic. I read my second book on HGO, my last book, a few days ago. and it's so fucking good. It's like, really, for the first 2 books on aged urine only, the next people that come to write books on aged urine only, good luck trying to beat my second book in terms of information. Good luck, bro. I'm not trying to be egotistical here. I'm just telling you a point of fact. Like, I've really nailed it. Like, and I'm just so on point and gone all over the place with so many things, and beautifully wrote and beautifully said and beautifully worded, and it's all good. So yeah, try and beat that. I set the mark quite high. You know, like J.W. Armstrong set the marker quite high with his book, Water of Life, and everyone talks about that. Well, I'm pretty sure my one really set the marker quite high for the new one called Aged Urine. Beat that. People in the future, 50, 100 years' time watching this video, try and beat that. I actually want you to beat that, by the way. I don't want people to write loads of books on aged urine and talk about it, and I've got to keep talking about it. It's fucking amazing. Fucking amazing technology. So yeah, that's it. And just quick one before I leave, I'm also working now on my 6th book on sacred sun gazing, which is another fucking epic that people are going to have to beat that, because I've just nailed a lot of science in there in my geeky fucking way. Like, I've covered all angles of actual truth of what's going on with sun gazing that mainstream science doesn't want to admit on sun gazing. They're a bit behind with the times. As you know, they think urine's a waste product purposely and don't want to research it, no money, and then also tell you the sun makes you blind and gives you fucking cancer. So we're way behind on that stuff. I will ask the question and go, what are your thoughts on... Yes, Violet, I'm not an expert. My thoughts are simply that it's very powerful, but not quite distilled water. I mean, water is... Let me tell you, water is like one of the most powerful things you can do for your health. If you get quality water, it will overpower a bad diet. Well, that's how powerful it is. It's more important in a way than diet. There's a lot of things more important than diet. More powerful, I mean, diet. If you nail your water protocols, which aged urine is like nailing... Fucking nail. Aged urine of a week old plus is absolutely nailing your water protocols. That will overpower a lot of things, including the bad diet. So bear that in mind, or you don't want to be eating bad diet forever. Yeah, and reverse osmosis is good. I think it's good. You can mess about with things. If I got reverse osmosis machines, it's expensive. If I had the money to get one, I would do a lot of things. I would magnetize it, put it under a red light machine, all the stuff I do to make it really fucking special. But I do think it's worthy. I think there's value in reverse osmosis water. I also think there's value in Kangen, but people say that it's bad for you, Kangen. But I'm just listening to too many testimonials on Kangen to know that it can't be bad. I just don't feel it is. So from my own experience, and all I know is that aged urine is the absolute bomb. I've researched it enough. I've done 3 years of daily use of it, and I go on Facebook and I just hear people. So it fucking works. If you want to think that aged urine is a waste product and laugh about it, that's another thing. And one more thing before I leave quickly. Next Friday, I think Saturday, Sunday, my article will come out. I'll share it on my Facebook, and it's going to go onto the British online press. A couple of the big papers, but online only. But yeah, there's exciting times. Hopefully, I promoted my books in there too, so I'm going to go up. And I'm the main reason to do it is to plant seeds and to see if we can capture some people, because I know that 99% of people are doing that. We're going to read that just from brainwash position, just mocking urine therapy and aged urine. Like, they might have heard of an article about a guy 2 years ago called D. Murphy, who made the mainstream press. Our old D. Murphy made the mainstream press 2 years ago, the actual press too, the actual papers, not just the online version, in urine therapy. And I know people just mocked it. That's why they had it in the paper. Like, oh, what, curiosity? Not really. It was more mockery. That's how most people are going to look at urine therapy. Most of them out there that haven't heard of it aren't on Facebook and aren't watching my posts and your posts about urine therapy. They're going to mock it. That's okay. Not for them. But I didn't do that for the 99%. I did it also to build my muscles of toughness, because I think I can take a lot of shit, but I'm going to be tested now that I've gone mainstream with it. Now I'm online with it, even more, and papers with it. It's really going to test me. It's really going to make me, like, it's not going to make me sink and swim, but I mean, it's making me, I'm already pretty strong as it is, but it's going to make me even stronger. So I look forward to that test. I look forward to pulling some people in, because I did promote my books. I did tell them to go onto my YouTube and see if we can get more people. I'll definitely notice if the book sales go up, and I'm just looking at forward to that experiment. And also more people hating me, but that's okay. It's all good. It's all good in the world of me. Oh, they can hate me all they want. I have the maximum amount of Facebook, and how my life, my social life, and all that stuff. So, yes. Oh, there we go, Guy. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think it's worth people. I know people bash it in the urine therapy community, Kangen, but I'm not one of those that does. I've heard many good things. I've got a close friend that he sells them, so, and I just know that they work. The Japanese use them in hospitals, so why am I going to bash something? And it's popular to bash whatever you get obsessed with. Like, if you get obsessed with urine therapy, you just bash every other kind of water. You get obsessed with fruits, you bash every other kind of food. You get obsessed with every other kind of human. Like that. I'm just like, works, and whatever fucking works. And I'm pretty sure, I'm looking forward to the day I actually try Kangen, and I know it's going to work instantly. I just want to see long term what it does to me. I'm pretty sure it's good stuff, and yeah, very good stuff. So yeah, Violet, yeah, reverse osmosis, your elite shungite and tensor, yeah. You've got to tech is something that's cheap and affordable, and you've got to put it in to protect you, like around your house, on your body as pendants, bracelets. I want to get bracelets too, and I want to get tensor for my water. So I'm going to be the king of tensor. I wouldn't say that because I don't know how to make it yet. Although in the future, I think I might want to some point in the future. I'm a bit young now, but maybe when I'm 40, 50, I'll definitely look into building. But in the meantime, I'm going to buy loads of tensor tech and put it around organ periods. I'm going to be that guy. Loads of stuff that's going to protect me. But of course, focusing on my health too. So I'm not relying on external things, but I'm just telling you for this video that it does. Tensor tech and elite shungite is stuff like any structures and ages your urine fasters, and that's good. Alright, thanks for watching. Appreciate you all. Have a lovely day, and stay blessed and happy, and yeah, drink your urine and be open-minded and age your urine faster, because the faster it ages, what is it Carlos Ghosn says, the older the pee, the younger you'll be. That's Carlos Ghosn. That's it. And another one from Graphius is the urine ages, so you don't have to. Yeah, the urine ages, you reverse, way younger. You look way younger. Just good. People just think you're a normal aging human being. You're like a de-aging person. So. Yeah, Jordan Peterson's an interesting fellow. If it helps him, it helps him. I'm open-minded pretty much to everything. I'm definitely not dogmatic with things. It works for people, it works for people. You can't deny people's experiences with something, so it's interesting. Alright, peace, and thank you very much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you. I only make these videos for you guys, and love you very much, and keep being healthy and happy, and enjoy your Sunday, and have a lovely next week. Let's smash it in the world and health community. You make it all special. Without you guys, there wouldn't be no health community. Thank God I found this health community. I'd be a person with information with no one to share it to. How lonely and sad would I be? I'd be a warrior, but in a different way. So I'm grateful to have found a tribe that's not out there, but you are out there, but you're just a long distance away. And together, one day we're going to manifest greatness together and live in tribes of people where we all live together and elevate each other, where we don't have to go on social media far away from each other and connect like this. It will be more, maybe not in our lifetimes, but in a few generations' time that will happen. So I look forward to the days when everyone's living around, surrounded by people that are helping us and learning. But in the meantime, I'm just glad that we can make the connection over a medium like this, and we can have that. I can have that place where I can give value, but also, more importantly for Facebook, for me, I learned so much. It's how I started off. I just learned. I went on urine therapy when I realized how powerful it was. I went on Facebook groups and I started learning, experimenting. And people talking about aged urine. I was like, what the fuck? I thought fresh urine's the shit. I felt the shit on fresh urine. It felt amazing. People saying, no, aged urine is way more powerful. I was like, holy crap, can you get more higher? Yes, you can. There's no limit to how high you can get on consciousness. There's no fucking limit to how high you get in consciousness. There's no limit to how much of the inner world you can explore and how much presence you can get out of life. Absolutely no limit. Within the poison environment that we live in, there is no limit. On that note, thank you. And Hassan, yeah, check your messages. I'll speak to you soon, bro. Alright, peace.